Hello and welcome. We are here to present our findings on the financial performance and economic outlook on the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. Let's begin by introducing our team.
Hi, I'm Sam Combs.
Hi, I'm Reagan Copeland.
I'm RJ Davis.
Hi, I'm Creighton Lebo.
I'm Ronald Rogers.
Hi, I'm Monty Tugurumungu.
First off, we are going to analyze the business dynamics of the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise, including its structure, valuations, and expansion.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are one of 30 NBA basketball teams who follow the distributed club ownership model. This means that each team in the league has their own owners, general managers, head coaches, and staff, and are led by the league commissioner, Adam Silver. Adam Silver works closely with all these stakeholders to ensure the overall success and growth of the NBA. This may include overseeing day-to-day operations of the league, negotiating collective bargaining agreements with players, or addressing issues related to team ownership. The league itself is split into the Eastern and Western Conference with 3 divisions each. In the regular season, teams play 82 games and have the opportunity to play in the playoffs and championship games in the postseason. Each year, the NBA holds a draft where teams select eligible players to join the league. When the season starts, each team is allowed 15 players plus 2 with two-way contracts. There are a lot of people who work hard off the court to make the franchise succeed. Besides the owners, you have front office management that is responsible for basketball operations, player personnel, scouting, and coaching staff. Franchises also have their own medical and broadcasting staffs. The people who work behind the scenes are shown in the second column. These are people who work more on the business and legal side of the business. This entails of overseeing marketing, ticketing, sponsorships, technology, facility management, social responsibility efforts, DEI, community engagement, and more.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are currently in a transition period, moving from a single owner model to multiple owners. Former Major League Baseball legend Alex Rodriguez and billionaire businessman Mark Lohr entered into an agreement to purchase the Timberwolves from longtime owner Glenn Taylor in 2021 for $1.5 billion. The ownership transition is structured as a multi-year process, allowing Taylor a few more years in charge before handing over control to Rodriguez and Lohr, who are currently expected to become majority owners in 2024. This unique arrangement gives the new ownership team time to learn about the league, make key decisions, and organize their finances before taking full control of the franchise. Over the last 2 years, Glenn Taylor has already allowed them to make key decisions, such as giving Tim Connelly a 5-year, $40 million contract to be the team's president of basketball operations, and finalizing the blockbuster trade to acquire Rudy Gobert. According to Forbes, as of last month, October 2023, the Timberwolves are now valued at $2.5 billion. This is an increase in 50% from the last year, with the value mainly coming from the revenue shared by the league and the effects of the Minneapolis market size. This may seem like a huge number, and the team is certainly doing better than the past, but the reality is that the average NBA team is now worth $3.8 billion, with the very top teams valued over $6 billion. For this reason, despite their recent growth, Forbes ranked the Timberwolves at 29 out of 30 for the most valuable teams in the league. The Timberwolves were originally created as an expansion team in 1989 alongside the Orlando Magic. With recent talk of conference expansion, the Timberwolves could move to the Eastern Conference. If this were to happen, the Timberwolves would be less isolated and it would reduce costs and time on travel. It would also balance talent distribution, and finally, it would potentially spark new rivalries. Perhaps a border battle with the Milwaukee Bucks could be fun, especially if they meet in the playoffs.
Next, we are going to dive deeper into the draft structure and financials of the franchise and the NBA as a whole. Under the current rules, only the top 4 picks are decided by the lottery and are chosen from the 14 teams that do not make the playoffs. The team with the worst record, or the team that holds the draft rights of the team with the worst record, has the best chance to obtain a higher draft pick. The Minnesota Timberwolves, in partnership with Bally Sports North, announced their television broadcast schedule for the 2023-2024 regular season. The network's broadcast schedule includes 80 regular season games and 2 preseason games, which will be televised on Bally Sports North and Bally Sports North Extra. All Timberwolves games are on the network will also be streamed on the Bally Sports app and Bally Sports Plus.
Let's delve into the NBA's collective bargaining agreement and how it shapes the teams like the Timberwolves. The recent CBA, which was ratified in June 2023, brings a mix of continuity and change along with pros and cons. On the plus side, the soft salary cap system remains. This flexibility allows teams to exceed the cap through various exceptions. Additionally, veteran extensions have seen a boost. They're now up to 140% of the previous salary compared to 120% of the previous CBA. We also see the removal of limits on designated veterans and rookie scale players a team can hold. Plus, there's a salary cap smoothing, which means the cap and the tax level won't decrease and can't spike by more than 10% annually. However, the CBA isn't without its drawbacks. Supermax contracts have come under scrutiny for potentially monopolizing cap space with a handful of stars, which could hamper the roster diversity. Additionally, teams exceeding the tax threshold, which is set at approximately 17.5 million above the luxury tax line, face restrictions on the buyout market and the mid-level exception usage. For this upcoming season, the NBA set the salary cap at 136 million. The Timberwolves, which has recently signed Jaden McDaniels to an extension, expects to exceed this forthcoming season's cap. As of September 2023, the Timberwolves have committed 164.5 million to their players, which is just under the first tax threshold level of 172.3 million. The Timberwolves have historically avoided the luxury tax. However, with the new ownership willing to invest, they're poised to possibly break this trend. In 2024, they're projected to spend 90 million on centers alone, which represents 42% of the salary cap. With Anthony Edwards signed to a max extension and McDaniels secured under significant rookie scale extension, the team is showing a commitment to building around its young core. As we keep an eye on the Timberwolves, it'll be interesting to see how they navigate the delicate balance between financial constraints and competitive aspirations.
Next, we're going to discuss the financing, construction, and revenue strategies for the Target Center and their sponsorship partners. The Target Center is a multi-use facility that was built in 1990 right in central Minneapolis. It is currently owned by the city and is managed privately by ASM Global, who coordinates Timberwolves and Lynx games, concerts, and various events held there each year. It was originally financed by Ratner and Wilson for $54 million and since has undergone 2 renovations in 2009 and 2017. The last renovation that added a 3-story front entry and team store was completed for $140 million. Target has been the naming rights partner since opening and is reported to have paid an average of $1.5 million per year for naming rights. In 2021, Aurora was named the team's jersey patch partner and official digital security provider. This estimated $1.5 million multi-year partnership also includes the title of season presenting partner and in-arena and on-court signage. The franchise partnership with Aurora speaks to their commitment to innovation, inclusion, and safe digital experiences, especially through their mobile ticketing efforts. Just last year, the Timberwolves and Lynx also entered another huge multi-year partnership with post-consumer brands with headquarters in the greater Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Their portfolio includes beloved cereal brands like Fruity Pebbles, Honeycomb, and more. Finally, another notable partner is Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. This year, his Sire Spirits became the official spirit and champagne partner of the Timberwolves.
Finally, we'll conclude with an economic outlook moving forward and what are some opportunities and challenges that the Timberwolves face in the future. The best way to assess the Timberwolves' economic outlook going forward is to look at the team's revenue streams. For example, after making the playoffs for 2 consecutive seasons and winning a game against the reigning NBA champions, the Wolves renewed 93% of their season ticket holders and were second in the NBA with nearly 3,000 new season ticket holders. However, it's essential to consider the broader economic landscape, such as the effects of global events on the sports industry. The Timberwolves' economic outlook can also be influenced by the team's management decisions, player performance, and overall competitiveness in the league. Challenges for the Timberwolves include struggling on-court performance, potential impact of key player injuries, competition in the sports market with other professional teams in Minnesota, and financial limitations. On the flip side, they have opportunities to shine through young talent development, improved fan engagement, strategic player acquisitions, global expansion, leveraging the NBA's international appeal, and integrating technology for a competitive edge and enhanced fan experience. Moving forward, playoff wins count twice as much as regular season wins. As mentioned before, the Wolves franchise value has increased approximately 50% from the previous year, climbing closer to the league average, showing that the sky's the limit for this organization. It's a delicate balance, but with the right strategies, the Timberwolves can navigate these dynamics successfully.
That concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for listening. We will now answer any questions you may have at this time.